when you take photos, you want to keep your raw photos kind of pristine and unchanged, unedited, so that you can always go back to the original. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually use Lightroom Classic to create JPEGs of these raw photos, so that then we work on the copies and we can always keep these as pristine, perfect images. So that's always a good practice to do. Make copies of whatever you have, edit the copies, don't edit the originals, so that you can always have the originals. Okay? So let's go to Lightroom Classic. If you click away, you can see that none of them are highlighted, right? So if we want to highlight all of them again, Command A or Control A, highlight them, and now we want to export these all as JPEGs. And that's a pretty common thing to do with photos, because you can send JPEGs, you can resize them, and you can do a lot of things with JPEGs in a much easier way. So we're going to go to, I think, File. So once we've selected all our photos, File, Export. And then you get this export the number of files you've selected. And you want to export to the hard drive as opposed to any of these other options. Okay. And the export location, well, where do you want to put it? So for us, let's pick this choose, and it gives you a drop down, and I'm going to navigate to my digital media files and this Photoshop practice folder, and I'm going to create a new folder in there, and new folder, yes. Oh, there. Sorry, my bad. We're going to call this PS Practice. PS Practice. Practice JPEGs. And create. So there it is. We're in there, and then hit choose. And you don't want to put it in a subfolder, so no subfolder. And you can add it to the cataloger if you want, but I wouldn't. Okay, so then hit export. Boom. So then if you check it out, go to Finder, there's your PS Practice JPEGs. It's starting to pump them all out one by one, all the way up to 26. So give it some time, because it has to deal with camera raw photos, camera raw pictures, which are, you can see that this one is like 26 megabytes, but then the JPEGs are much smaller, half the size basically. Okay, so let it do its thing.